Hello, wherever I'm in this Jaden's videos, and this is another build day for Nightmare House 2021, the Mortem Manor. Excuse the loud air conditioning. Today is October 12th. I don't know what's going to get done with the haunt today, but let's hope some stuff. And it's already around 6-ish p.m., so only a few hours left of daylight. But we'll see what we can get done today. I already did some stuff, but I just didn't record it yet. But I'm about to right now. I put the cemetery arch up in its spot, and I think it looks super cool here. From this close up, it doesn't look too cool yet, because I still have to add some detailing around it. But when you're at the end of this path that I did last night, and you're looking down and the trees are looming over the path and covering the arch, I think that looks awesome. I cannot wait to see what this looks like in the dark with a light on it. I think that's gonna look awesome. So this is obviously the entryway to the cemetery. I finally got that up. Now, back here, I finally started on the cemetery itself by putting in only 3 tombstones. There's this one in the far back, which I got from Spirit for $24.99 is how much it is, original price. And I think this is one of the better ones they have to offer, because it's one of the more realistic looking ones. I mean, the cracks on it look really good and stuff, and then it's got those candles which light up, but I'm not a big fan of how the candles light up, because they all fade in and out like simultaneously, and I don't really like that. But I have this here. I like it in the back here, and there's some dead grass here because there was a piece of wood laying here, so I think that actually looks pretty cool with some dead grass in front of it. Actually, this is holding up fairly well, and I hope it'll stay up until Halloween. It's holding up fairly well, and I'm surprised by that, but they say it's a new and improved tombstone design on all the packaging of their tombstones, so maybe they're right. It's just stakes going into the bottom of the tombstone, so I didn't expect it to hold up too well, but it has little plastic things to keep it in at the bottom, so maybe that's why it holds up better. Usually stakes and tombstones never work, and you usually have to do some kind of rig on the back of them. But this is actually holding up well, and I hope it does that, so I don't have to do the type of stuff that I have to do with these ones, where I have to like zip tie it to stakes and wood and crap. But I have this one here for now. I think it'll stay here, but that's where it is. This one's probably going to stay here. I like how this one looks right here. And it's going to look much better when this shed is turned into the mausoleum, which hopefully should happen soon. And like I mentioned how I'm going to do that, I'm just going to build wood around it and have it look like a mausoleum. But I feel like that tombstone will look a lot better there once that is turned into that. Now, onto the fun part, which is not the fun part, and that's why I called it the fun part, because it's not fun at all. Painting walls. I have some more walls to paint. And I'm not excited. I have to get the last few interior mansion walls done, and if you can see, these are foam because I have leftover foam, so that costs me less wood I have to buy. And for the area that they need to be in, it's where the garage door comes up, and so I can't have it. I can't have wooden beams that go all the way to the ceiling to hold them in. So they have to be held up a different way. Wood cannot stand on its own, but foam boards with some cinder blocks stand fine on its own. So this will just be the easiest way to have these stand in that area where I can't have wooden beams. I'm hoping this will look good still once it's painting. I'm hoping that in the dark it'll still look like the other walls and that you won't be able to tell it's foam. I'm assuming it will. I don't know why it would look different. There won't be, the only noticeable difference is that there won't be a few wood grains here and there, but that's not a big deal. In the dark, you're not going to notice that at all. So I'm thinking they'll still look exactly the same, so it's not a big deal. This just makes it easier for that area to have a few foam ones. But I have 4 here, and then I have one that I actually removed last night from the area in Emily's room, where the wood was always bending, and I was always talking about how that's an issue. I just removed that because it looks fine without it, because there's a cabinet in front of that area anyways. So I have an extra wood one too, which is great. But I got the molding on these, and I'm basically just waiting it to dry all the way, and then I can get to painting them. Which it should be dry enough now to get to, so I might actually just do that now. And hopefully it won't take too long to paint those. And if it doesn't, I am planning to get... Let me go show you. I am planning to get these wooden walls up here, which I just have laying up here right now painted, but we'll see what happens there. These ones behind that, these walls here, I'm hoping to get these 3 painted. These are going to just be basically the mausoleum. 2 of these are going to be the mausoleum facade. So I want to paint those gray so I can put those up as soon as possible. And then these other two could possibly be a part of the other mausoleum. Now if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you. When I say mausoleum facade, I'm not talking about the shed that's going to have the mausoleum built around it. That's just referred to as basically a mausoleum. When I say mausoleum facade, I mean the facade for the walk-in mausoleum that's going to be in here. So that's just going to be a facade. So yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to do. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done today. So I was able to get 4 of the baseboards painted. Well, that was all the baseboards I needed to do. And it looks like wood. Which I'm happy about. It doesn't look like it's not wood, so that's good. It still looks good. It'll look good with the others. I don't know if I'm gonna do all. I don't know if I'm gonna finish these 4 walls today, but we'll see because the daylight's running out, and it's not best to paint at night because then it doesn't dry fast. So I might just wait until tomorrow to do those, but we'll see what happens. So I was able to get some good progress done today. He's gonna go off.
Who dares to trespass? State your claim within the immediate child.
Stop. Okay, so what I wanted to show you that I got done, obviously you saw this yesterday, but it's a part of this scene, so there goes the fog. Cool. I love it. I'm just rolling the fog so that hopefully if the wind doesn't blow it away, it'll get into the other scene, but the wind's already blowing it away. Okay. It's this. Down here, which I'll get closer to. I'm gonna walk through the fog here. Get closer to it. The entrance to the cemetery with the gravedigger. It's probably very hard to see because it's dark.
I doubt that's true, but I'm gonna keep this shovel handy.
I know what you're gonna say. You're keeping him out for that many weeks? If we have any signs of rain or anything, I'm gonna put him in. But other than that, I think he'll be fine.
Why, some were even dead when I buried.
But he goes right there, and then there's the archway. Now, one thing I want to mention, my light's right there. It's orange because I didn't want to have it be blue since that's already blue.
This place is haunted.
I didn't like how green looked. Purple was cool, but it was too similar to blue. I picked orange because it makes it look like it's light from his lantern. So I really, really like that. And I put a bunch of grass and stuff in front of it. I basically buried it in the bushes so that it has this cool effect. And I really like it. I know it's so hard to see because it's a very, very dark scene. But once there's more lighting in the actual cemetery, you will be able to see it better. In person, you can see it and it looks good, but it's not too bright, but it's not too dark. It's like perfect. But on camera, of course, it's never going to look as good as in person, but you got that. So that's going to conclude today's haunt build video. I got some good progress done today. I wasn't able to finish those walls because they didn't get all the time to dry. But I'll hopefully be done. I'll hopefully be able to do those tomorrow. And one thing I do want to mention, because I didn't show this yet, one thing I do want to mention is look at how much more cleared out this space looks. I cleared out this space. I moved all the props that are going into the cemetery part of the haunt. Oh, I forgot that. I moved them all to the back patio. So that they're not taking up space in here. All this stuff's just stuff that's going to go in the front yard on Halloween, but obviously there's going to be walls blocking that, so you won't be able to see it or anything. Yeah, so I can start work on the foyer relatively soon as I get this situated, and as soon as I get those walls done, I can start work on the foyer. I mean, I already have this, but other than that, the foyer is like the only room I've neglected to work on in the interior of the mansion. Now, with that being said, concerning the rest of the interior of the mansion, this is missing a light because I borrowed it for out there. I'm going to have to get a new light for this because, I mean, I would have had to get a new light for out there anyways. But concerning the interior of the mansion, I don't have too much more to do. A few little details, obviously the foyer, and then a few little details here and there. And I'll be done with the interior, which is exciting. And a few more walls. But I can transition entirely to the mausoleum and the cemetery. So that's a good thing. Turn this off. So, that concludes today's Haunt Build video. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Halloween is coming. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves.